Today's round is at Thunderbolt Pass golf course, my neighborhood course. Fun little course, good to practice short game. It only plays about 5,400 yards, but tricky in some spots. First hole is 345 yards, pretty straight away. There's a little bit of wind today. Temperature is right around 60. Left me about 125, a little uphill, hit a pitching wedge. Hit it pretty good, just a little bit short. Gonna have this 20-footer for birdie. And a pretty good putt, just left it a little bit short. So second hole is a short, correction, this is a par 5, playing about 500 yards. And I hit that one really well, just a little bit right of that cart path in the rough. Left me about 197. Green is protected by those trees you see up ahead, so took a 5-iron and just tried to get it near the green, which I did, front side of the green. Left me about a 20-yard pitch. Uphill. Hit a pretty good chip shot. Couldn't really see where it ended up, but just went past. About 8 feet, and I have this for birdie. And it barely drops. So, good start to the round with back-to-back fours, that being a birdie. So par 3 was playing about 150, a side wind, uphill. So I hit a really easy 7-iron because of the wind, and it hit the top of that ridge and rolled back. And then I chipped it up over the ridge, and I thought I got a good bounce, but it sort of died on the green and left me a 20-footer for par. And just can't get it to drop. So disappointing bogey on a fairly easy par 3. But third 4 in a row, and this is number 4, 290-yard par 4. Hit a 5-wood just to the left side of the fairway, and I had about 60 yards left. I hit that 5-wood really well. Just hit an okay 56 degree from about 60 yards, a little short and right. But I have this putt for birdie. About 25 feet maybe. Just kind of lifted out to the right, had about a 2-footer for the par, and that's another 4. This was my worst shot of the day. Should have been an easy par 3, 150 yards. But again, the wind was tricky. It was kind of swirling, and it looked like it was left to right, and then it ended up in my face. So I hit a real easy 7-iron and just hooked it into the brush and found the ball, but had no shot. So I chipped my third shot, took a drop and a penalty, and I had this for bogey. I really don't want to make a double on a short par 3. And that goes around literally the whole cup and drops in. So kind of a bittersweet 4. That's 5 4s in a row. Let's go for number 6 on a 340-yard par 4 uphill into the wind. Hit a pretty good drive. Actually, I think that was my 3-wood. Yeah, it was my 3-wood, and I left me about 110 yards into the wind, or with the wind. I think I hit my 50 degree, and left it a little bit short and right. So I had this long putt, probably 30 feet, for birdie. And I have this 3-footer coming back for par to stay on the 4 train. And I do. So on to the 7th hole, which is a par 5, kind of a shortish par 5, playing 450. And I hit my best drive of the day, easily, because it left me 175 yards uphill. That little tree to the, or the big tree to the right, the pin is just to the left of that. You can hear it clip a branch, but I hit that 5-iron really well. If I didn't hit that tree, it would easily have been on the green for an eagle putt. But got lucky, and it got through the limb and left me this little chip, which was not a great chip. My chipping was up and down today. So I left this 20-footer for birdie, but a straight putt. Not much to it. And yeah, that is in the hole. It is being held up by the pin, so I give it a little assist. And that's a birdie for birdie or for my 7th 4 in a row. This par 3 is a tricky par 3 because the wind is blowing hard right to left, and it was playing about 185. So I started a 5-iron, which I thought was going to be a good shot, but the wind just blew it. I drew it a little bit also, and I had this long putt for birdie, probably a good 30 feet. And it was coming back uphill. I just did not judge it very well. So left me about a 8-footer for the par. And that literally was on the edge. Almost backed up back into the hole. But another 4. Number 8. Or my 8th 4. So on to number 9, 350-yard par 4. Hit a good drive right down the middle with my driver. Left me about 110. Dead into the wind, so I took a pitching wedge and tried to ease up on it and just basically chucked it. Second worst iron shot of the day, and then hit an okay chip. And had this 8 to 10 footer to stay on the 4 train, but not going to happen. So I ended up with a 5. So a nice 2 over, 37 on the front, and on to number 10, which is a short par 5, 420 yards, but sharp dog leg right. So you have to go left of those trees. I think I hit that 5 wood really well. Might have been a 3. No, it was the 5 wood. And had a 7-iron, I believe, in with the wind. It's about 160. Hit it left of the green, but pin high. And again, just hit an okay chip to about 8 feet. And that for birdie. It just slides by, so tap in for par. This par 4 is a short par 4. It's playing close to 300, but a sharp dog leg right. You have those trees down there on the right, which is where the dog leg turns, and I hit it right to that far left tree at the dog leg, and somehow it got through. I heard it hit a branch, but it made it through by a good 20 yards. So it only left me about a 60-yard chip shot. And Again, just not a good chip from 60 yards per pitch. And I have this chip for birdie. And about a 10 to 15 footer for par, but didn't get it to the hole. So it takes me, that was a bogey, takes me to 3 over. And this par 3 was playing about 115. I hit a pitching wedge, a little short and right, didn't catch it really clean. But left me this little chip. And distance was perfect, just a little bit off line to the right. So I have this 3-footer for par, which I was able to make and end up staying at 3 over. This par 4 was playing about 305 yards up the hill and into the wind, so I did hit driver. Left me about 50 yards and hit a decent 56 degree, but I guess I didn't see if I just hit it that far or if it ran out, but I ended up about 25 feet past the pin. I had this downhill putt for birdie, and I left it a good 4 feet short. So I've got this for par. Yeah, and that broke more to the right than what I saw. So disappointing bogey on a 3-putt. This par 4 plays 325. It's pretty open par 4, so I hit driver. Hit it pretty good, just a little bit right. Another 50-yard chip shot uphill. And hit that one pretty good. Just a little bit deep. Actually, that one was, I think, a little bit short. And hit a really good putt right to the edge. And I thought the wind might blow it in, but it did not. So ended up with 4, stay at 3 over. This par 3 is a temporary green, so it was only about 100 yards. The green they were watering, you could see it being watered, and I guess they're redoing that green. So yeah, I just pretty much took, that was automatic 2-putt, even though I slapped it in there, polo style. So this par 4 is 375, pretty long par 4. Hit a decent drive, left center of the fairway. Have an 8-iron, about 140 yards uphill into the wind. Hit it pin high, just a little bit to the right. Which left me about a 25, 30-foot putt for birdie. And just didn't make good contact with that putt. So I have this 5-6 footer for par. And just never even had it on line. Just a poor putt overall. So that takes me to 4 over. Actually, I think that takes me to 5 over. This was a par 3 playing about 160. Kind of a side wind. I hit a 7-iron. It was just a little bit short. And then another 30-foot putt that just didn't get good contact on it. And I'm really killing myself on the greens on this back nine. So another tester for par, and yeah, right on the lip. So 6 over going into the last hole, par 5, playing 450, and you could see that drive was just a pretty sharp hook into the left rough. One of my worst drives of the day, unfortunately. But hit a good 5-wood up to here. Had about 250 with that 5-wood and hit it to about 30 yards. Again, just an average chip or pitch shot from 50 yards. Good distance, just was never on line. So I have this 20-footer for birdie and can't get it to drop. So I tap that in for my 5, end up 6 over. 37, 39 on a 76 for par 70 course. Not too bad. We'll see you on the next one.